Chloe is moving in with her biological father, my wife, Laura said. The words were delivered with the same casual indifference she used to comment on the weather. My fork froze halfway to my mouth. A cold dread washed over me, but I forced my expression to remain neutral. For 18 years, I had been dad to Chloe. 18 years of paying for braces, driving to soccer practice, covering medical bills, and celebrating birthdays. I had funded the car she got for her 18th birthday and was paying the tuition for her private university without a second thought. She's leaving for Phoenix at the end of the month, Laura continued, meticulously cutting her chicken. Richard has a bigger place now. It's time for her to reconnect with her real family. Real family. Those two words struck me like a physical blow. Then she finally looked up from her plate, a practiced, thin smile on her lips. But you'll keep helping with tuition and her expenses, right? For continuity's sake. And there it was. The real agenda. I wasn't a father in her eyes. I was a premium subscription they had no intention of canceling. I managed a slow nod, mechanically finished my dinner, and cleared my plate in silence. Sleep was impossible that night. The quiet hum of the house felt suffocating. Around 2 a.m., I went downstairs for a glass of water and heard her. Laura was in the living room, her voice a low whisper on the phone. I paused in the hallway, shrouded in darkness. Yes, Richard, don't worry, she cooed, followed by a soft, conspiratorial laugh. Mark won't have a clue. He'll just keep paying for everything. He's our personal ATM, always has been. The glass I was about to reach for remained on the shelf. A cold, clean rage displaced the pain in my chest. This wasn't a naive girl choosing her blood relative. This was a calculated betrayal orchestrated by my own wife. I returned to my home office, my steps now silent and purposeful. The fog of hurt was burning away, replaced by a sharp, focused plan. I was done being their ATM. I opened my laptop and began my work. First, Chloe's university portal. My American Express card was listed as the primary payment source. I stared at the numbers, thinking of every late-night call for extra funds for books. I clicked Remove Payment Method. The system asked for confirmation. I gave it without hesitation. No fanfare, no warning email sent to her. It was simply gone. Next, the family health insurance plan. Through my company's HR portal, I found her name listed under my dependents. Chloe, born April 15, 2004. I remembered the day Laura asked me to add her. She was 7, had fallen off her bike, and needed stitches. Just temporarily, Laura had said. 18 years later, she was still on it. I selected Remove Dependent. Reason for removal: no longer eligible. The system processed the change. Effective immediately. Before closing my browser, I decided to do one last check of my credit card statement. A recent charge from Phoenix Air caught my eye. I hadn't flown to Phoenix. I clicked on the transaction details, and my breath caught. The passenger's name was Richard Vargas. She had bought her lover a plane ticket using my money. It was a brazen, calculated move. The conspiracy was more blatant than I could have imagined. With methodical precision, I printed the receipt. I went upstairs and packed a single duffel bag. I left my wedding ring on the kitchen counter, right next to the coffee machine. Beside it, I placed the printed receipt for the plane ticket, Richard's name circled in bright red ink. No note was necessary. The evidence spoke for itself. As I drove away from the house and into the pre-dawn darkness, I felt no sadness. Only a strange and powerful sense of liberation. The game had changed, and I was about to rewrite every single rule. I drove straight to my brother Derek's place in Colorado Springs, a 90-minute haul that gave me time to solidify my plan. Derek was the family black sheep. No wife, no kids, just a steady job as a mechanic and a no-nonsense attitude. He opened the door at dawn, took one look at my bag, and stepped aside without a word. That's what I needed. No questions, just space. I set up my laptop on his kitchen table and dove back in. First, the college fund. I'd started a $529 plan for Chloe when she was 13, depositing $200 a month for 9 years. The balance sat at $21,468. Not life-changing, but enough to matter. I couldn't withdraw without penalties, but I could redirect the beneficiary. The form prompted for a new name. I typed Alex Thompson, my son from my first marriage. He was 25 now, working construction in Boise after his mom cut me out of his life when he was 8. I'd paid child support faithfully for a decade, Sent birthday cards that went unanswered, made calls that never connected. But he was my blood. If anyone deserved it, it was him. I submitted the form. Confirmation email hit my inbox. Processed. Next, the smaller threads. I canceled the shared family accounts, Spotify, Amazon Prime, Netflix. Chloe's profile vanished from each. Her car lease was trickier. I'd co-signed, so canceling outright would ding my credit. But I could stop the auto payments. I set a reminder to disable them starting next month. The repo would come after 90 days of delinquency, and as co-signer, the hit to me would be minimal. Then, the grocery store loyalty card linked to my phone number. Petty? Maybe. But it saved them 10% on everything from milk to paper towels. Gone. My phone buzzed mid-task. A text from Laura. Where are you? Call me. I ignored it. Another. This isn't funny. Chloe's asking questions. Deleted. I powered through until noon, tying off every loose end. Derek slid a sandwich my way. You look like you're closing a hostile takeover. I gave him the short version. The dinner bombshell, the phone call I overheard, the plane ticket. He whistled low. Cold move on her part. You walking away? More like running the numbers, I said. They want to play games? I'll audit the whole damn ledger. By evening, I'd contacted a divorce attorney. Robert Klein's firm specialized in high-stakes splits. His assistant scheduled a virtual consult for the next morning. That night, I slept for the first time in days, the weight lifting as the plan took shape. Monday hit like a freight train. I was working remotely from Derek's spare room when the call started. Laura, 7 times by noon. I let them go to voicemail. The first message played. Mark, where the hell are you? Your office says remote this week. We need to talk like adults. Adults. From the woman who'd conspired behind my back. The second. This is ridiculous. Chloe's freaking out. Just call. Deleted. Wednesday afternoon, the dam broke. I was on a video call with my team, troubleshooting a server outage, when my phone lit up nonstop. Laura, then Chloe, then Laura again. 12 missed calls by the time I wrapped up. I played the last voicemail on speaker. Her voice cracked through. Mark, what did you do? The dean's office called. Chloe's financial aid is revoked. Her tuition payment bounced, and they're threatening to drop her from classes. Her dorm access is locked. Fix this. I set the phone down carefully. Derek leaned in the doorway, eyebrows raised. X incoming. I nodded. The phone rang again. Laura. I answered, put it on speaker. Mark, finally. Is there an error with the university? No error, I said evenly. Silence stretched. What do you mean? I removed my payment info. I'm not Chloe's father. You made that clear, so I'm not her bank either. Her breath hitched. She'll lose her spot. They're talking academic suspension until the bill's paid, $14,000 for this semester alone. Sounds like a problem for her real dad. Richard, right? The one with the bigger place in Phoenix. Richard doesn't have that kind of money, Mark. You know that. Then maybe she should have thought twice before choosing family over me. Her tone shifted, venom lacing the words. You're being spiteful. This is cruel to a kid. Cruel is raising someone for 18 years, only to get replaced the second bio dad shows up. Cruel is using my card to fly him here while I foot your bills. I'm just cutting the cord. Mark, please. I hung up, blocked her number, then Chloe's for good measure. Derek shook his head. Ice cold, bro, not cold. I replied, staring at the screen. Just done being the only one playing fair. The next day, I met Klein virtually. He was sharp, ex-corporate litigator turned family law shark. I laid it out. The marriage, the stepdaughter, the financial web, the plane ticket proof. House is in my name only, I added. Refinance 4 years ago. She signed off to get better rates. Klein's eyes lit up. She had independent counsel? Yeah, but I told her it was for tax reasons. He leaned in. Even better. We file for legal separation with divorce intent today. Locks your assets. Nullifies any claim she has on Chloe's support. And that plane ticket? Evidence of marital waste. We demand reimbursement for every dime you overpaid in household expenses. He outlined the strategy. Freeze joint accounts. Subpoena 5 years of financials to prove exploitation. Prepare for countersuits. How far are you willing to go? He asked. I thought of the birthdays, the ER runs, the midnight college essay edits. All while they plotted. All the way. Klein nodded. Good. One more thing. Dig into Richard. Unpaid child support. Criminal record. It paints him irresponsible, strengthens your no-obligation stance. I left the call with forms to sign and a court date in 3 weeks. Driving back to Derek's, my phone pinged. An email from the university. Your removal as financial sponsor for Chloe Thompson processed. Her account balance, $14,230 due. I forwarded it to Klein, documentation. That night, over beers with Derek, I felt the first real shift. Not victory, but momentum. They'd pushed me to the edge. Now I was pushing back, one calculated step at a time. But the real twist came Friday. While reviewing bank statements for Klein, I spotted another anomaly. Recurring transfers from our joint account to an unfamiliar app. I traced it, Venmo payments to R. Vargas, totaling $3,200 over 6 months. Labeled gifts for Chloe's visits. But Chloe hadn't visited Phoenix in years. It was hush money, straight to Richard. I screenshot everything, sent it to Klein. More ammo, he replied instantly. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was a systematic drain. As I closed the laptop, a text from an unknown number buzzed. You're destroying her life. Monster. Chloe, probably. I blocked it. Let them rage. I was just getting started. The Reddit post hit like a digital wildfire. It started with a text from my old coworker Carlos. Dude, this is about you. Attached was a screenshot from a university drama forum. The title, Girl Dumps Stepmom for Bio Dad. Now broke and begging. Karma hits hard. I clicked the link, heart pounding. The anonymous post detailed it all. The spoiled college girl with designer bags and a leased SUV, always bragging about her stepdad's money but calling him not real family. How she moved to Phoenix for her true dad, posted Instagram pics with keys to his place. Then bam. Car repoed from the student lot, dorm locked, tuition bounced, insurance gone. Stepdad cut her off cold. Bio dad can't pay squat. Now she's crying in the student center while mom freaks out at financial aid. Over 5,000 upvotes, 800 comments. Strangers dissected my life. NTA, she played stupid games. What a user. 18 years of free rides. Bio dad probably just wanted her for the cash flow. A few defended Chloe, calling me vindictive, but they got buried in downvotes. Someone doxed her Instagram. Screenshots showed her new beginnings, post with Richard, now flooded with brutal replies. How's that key working out? Unlocks a job application? I slammed the laptop shut, nausea rising. Derek walked in. Viral yet? Worse. It's a spectacle. He read over my shoulder. Public's on your side. Use it. But the real storm brewed offline. That evening, Klein called. Got something big. Dug into Richard Vargas. Unpaid child support arrears from Chloe's childhood, $28,000 owed. Plus, a misdemeanor fraud charge from 5 years back. Bounced checks to suppliers in his construction gig. He's not just broke, he's a deadbeat pattern. I leaned forward. How's that help? We amend the filing. Shows Chloe chose an unreliable provider. No court will force you to bail him out. Also, those Venmo transfers? Marital waste. We're claiming $3,200 back, plus interest. He paused. One catch. Laura's lawyered up. Her attorney contacted me, demanding you reinstate payments or face alienation claims. Counter with the plane ticket and Venmo proof, I said. And the house stays mine. Klein chuckled. Already did. She's scrambling. The next twist came at midnight. My phone rang, hospital prefix. I answered, voice steady. Mr. Thompson? Denver General. Chloe Chun's here in ER. Severe asthma attack. She's stable, but we need to discuss treatment and insurance. My mind flashed to her at 14, wheezing on a camping trip. I'd driven 90 miles to the nearest clinic, holding her hand through the nebulizer. What's the issue? Denial on coverage. You're listed as emergency contact, but she's off your plan. Correct. Removed her 6 weeks ago. Silence. The ER bill's $4,500. Meds and follow-up add $1,200. Her mom's voicemail full. Bio dad's unreachable in Phoenix. I gripped the phone. Bill her directly. She's 21, adult responsibility. She's asking for you, sir. Upset. Tell her I'm not available. Not her father anymore. Route to financial aid programs. I hung up before the nurse could push. Hands shaking, I paced. Every fiber screamed to pay it, fix it. But that was the trap, the habit of 18 years. I wouldn't drown with them. Derek appeared, rubbing sleep from his eyes. Hospital. Chloe's asthma flared. Stable, but no insurance. You say no? Had to. She's with her real family now. He nodded. Tough call. It was. Sleepless till dawn. I replayed it. The dinner reveal, the phone call, the money trail. By morning, I'd forwarded the hospital call log to Klein as evidence. No obligation. Then, opportunity knocked. An email from Sarah Winters, ex-colleague from my Boulder startup days. Heard you're splitting. My cybersecurity firm's expanding, need a systems architect. 40% equity, $150,000 base, remote from anywhere. Seattle-based, but flexible. We built their IT from scratch years ago. She knew my work. When can you start? I replied, discuss terms. We hopped on a call. She laid it out. Equal voice, profit shares, clients lining up. You're my top pick. No drama, just results. It was escape with upgrade. Give me 48 hours. Hanging up, I felt momentum shift, not fleeing, advancing. Friday brought the ambush. Laura showed at Derek's door, eyes red, flanked by a cop for a welfare check. Klein had warned me. I buzzed her in alone. She burst through. Mark, this ends now. Chloe's in the hospital. Your fault. Pay the bills, or I'll sue for everything. I stayed calm, phone recording discreetly. Evidence says otherwise. Plane ticket to Richard? Venmo gifts. That's theft. She faltered. That was a loan. Court will decide. House is mine. You signed it away. Her face twisted. You're ruining us for spite. No. You did, conspiring behind my back. Chloe chose. Live with it. She lunged for my laptop, desperate grab for proof. But Derek stepped in, guiding her out. Cop nodded. No crime. As she left screaming threats, my phone buzzed. Sarah's offer formalized. I signed digitally. New life, sealed. By week's end, the Reddit thread exploded to 20K upvotes. Comments poured support. Man's a boss. Cut the cord clean. Chloe's please hit my blocked inbox via email. Please, the hospital's calling collections. Richard ghosted. Mom's broke. Deleted. I'd built their world. They burned it. Now, I was building mine. Equity stake. Fresh start. No chains. Klein texted. Her attorneys folding. Settlement in weeks. For the first time, peace settled. Revenge wasn't destruction, it was reclamation. The divorce papers arrived via certified mail 2 weeks after Laura's ambush at Derek's. Klein had drafted them ironclad. Legal separation with full divorce intent, freezing all joint assets, nullifying any support claims for Chloe, and demanding reimbursement for the $3,200 in Venmo transfers plus the plane ticket as marital waste. The house remained mine. Her signature from the refinance 4 years ago sealed it. I signed and overnight them back. Klein called that afternoon. She's countersigning. No fight. Her attorneys advising quick exit to avoid discovery on those payments to Richard. I exhaled. Why the fold? The Reddit storm. It's at 50K upvotes now. Public pressure plus Richard's record. We leaked the child support arrears anonymously to the forum. She's cutting losses. Relief hit, but so did the finality. 18 years, dissolved in ink. I gave notice at my old job the next day. Relocating for family. I told my boss. True enough. Sarah's offer was a lifeline. Cybersecurity firm in Seattle, 40% equity, $150,000 base. Remote until I settled. I packed Derek's spare room into 2 suitcases and hit the road west. The drive across I-90 cleared my head. Mountains giving way to plains, then evergreens. No calls from Laura or Chloe. I'd blocked them cold. Instead, I called Alex, my son. The 529 transfer notification had reached him a week prior. Dad? It's me, he'd said, voice tentative. We'd talked for an hour. His construction crew in Boise. His life without me for 17 years. That money, I don't need it for school, but thanks. Means something. Use it for your cruise gear, or save it. Your family. He paused. Can we meet? For real? Name the place. Spokane halfway. But first, Seattle. I arrived midweek, crashing in a short-term rental near Pike Place while scouting apartments. Sarah met me at the office. Glass walls, standing desks, a team of 8 hustling on client audits. Welcome aboard, she said, handing me a laptop with admin access. My first task, overhaul security for a tech startup's cloud migration. By Friday, I'd closed the deal, netting the firm $80,000. Profit share kicked in immediately. My cut, $12,000. For the first time in years, money felt like mine, not a bottomless pit for others. The real reconnection came 2 weeks later in Spokane. Alex waited at a roadside diner, tool belt slung over his chair. He stood at my approach, broad shoulders, my jawline, calloused hands from years on sites. We shook, then hugged awkwardly. "You look solid," he said. "Life's been good. Better now." Over burgers, he opened up. His mom remarried quick after our split, cut contact to start fresh. He joined construction at 18, built a crew of 5, steady contracts. No college debt, but that $529? It'll fund tools for the guys. Appreciate it. I nodded. Chloe was set to get it, my stepdaughter. But she chose her bio dad. Figured blood deserved it more. His eyes sharpened. Heard bits online. The Reddit thing. Sounds rough. Was. But I'm done looking back. We talked 4 hours. His fiancée Maya, 5 months pregnant with their first, a girl named Emma. "You'll be a grandpa soon. If you want in." "I do. All the way." He grinned, clapping my shoulder. "Good. Emma needs that." Driving back to Seattle, I felt anchored, not to the past, but forward. Emails from Klein trickled in. Divorce finalized in 30 days, house title cleared, no alimony claims. But Chloe's reached me via a burner account Sarah set up for work. "Mark, please." Left school, $14K debt. Hospital sent to collections. Asthma meds cost $300 a month. Richard blocked me after I asked for help. Mom's with her sister, no job. "I get it, I hurt you. Just anything?" I stared at the screen, thumb hovering over delete. The old pull tugged, 18 years of instincts. But I remembered the dinner, the whispers, the Venmo trail. Forwarded to Klein as evidence of harassment, then deleted. No response. She was 21. Choices had costs. Months blurred into progress. The firm grew. 12 new hires, 3 major contracts. My equity vested early after a client referral chain. Alex and I video called weekly. I flew to Boise for Maya's baby shower, holding tools for the nursery build. Emma arrived early on a Tuesday. 5 pounds, fierce cry. I was there in the delivery room waiting area. First hug from Alex as he emerged. "She's perfect, Dad. Meet your granddaughter." Cradling her tiny form, her fingers gripping mine, undid the last knots. This was family, chosen, earned. The final echo came 6 months post-move, at Seattle-Tacoma Airport en route to a Vegas client meet. Security lines snaked long. I scanned my boarding pass when I spotted her. Chloe, 20 feet away at a coffee kiosk, counting quarters for a small black drip, dimes, nickels, recounting twice. She wore a faded name tag pinned to a pale blue scrub top, the kind for med assistants or nursing aides. Our eyes locked across the terminal. Recognition flashed, then something raw, regret, maybe shame. Her lips parted, as if to call out, bridge the gap. I turned away, handed my bag to the TSA agent, stepped through the scanner. No backward glance. Behind me, no footsteps chased, no voice pierced the din. Just airport bustle, travelers rushing to gates. Boarding my flight, phone buzzed, "Alex. Maya's got a checkup tomorrow. Emma's growing fast. Fly out this weekend?" I texted back, "Booking now? Tell her grandpa's on his way." Vegas could wait. Family couldn't. As the plane taxied, Seattle shrank below. Chloe was out there somewhere, scraping by on minimum wage, debts piling, bridges burned by her own hands. But that chapter closed. Mine opened, with equity, purpose, and a granddaughter's laugh waiting in Boise. No more ATMs. Just a man reclaiming his due. 1 year after the airport encounter, life in Seattle had solidified into something unbreakable. The cybersecurity firm, now rebranded as Thompson Winters Solutions, had expanded to 20 employees. I'd led the pitch for a major contract with a Fortune 500 retailer, securing $500,000 in annual retainers. My equity stake had tripled in value, and the latest profit share check cleared for $45,000. Sarah and I split decisions evenly. She handled sales, I built the tech backbone. No more grinding for someone else's dreams. Remote work let me balance it all, but I flew to Boise monthly to stay close to Alex and the family. Emma turned 1 in a whirlwind weekend. Alex's crew shut down a site early, We gathered at their ranch-style home on the outskirts. I arrived with a custom tool set for her, tiny hammers and wrenches, safe for toddler hands. She toddled over, gripping my knee, babbling, "Gampa," before yanking me toward her play area. Alex watched, grinning. "She's got your grip already." Maya handed me a coffee. "Thanks for the college fund boost last month. We redirected half to her 529. Starting early." I nodded. "Smart. Covers what I missed with you." We'd rebuilt fast. Weekly calls turned to visits. Visits to shared projects. Last month, I helped Alex bid on a commercial build in Coeur d'Alene. My network connected him to Seattle suppliers, landing the job at 20% over estimate. But the past echoed once more, unbidden. A client dinner in Denver pulled me back east. Ironic, closing a deal with my old employer's competitor. Post-meal, I checked email at the hotel bar. One stood out. Anonymous sender, subject, update on Chloe. Against better judgment, I opened it. Attached was a news clip from a local Phoenix outlet. Local father faces child support enforcement after abandoning daughter. Richard Vargas, front and center, arrested for dodging the $28,000 arrears plus new fraud charges, bouncing payroll checks to his construction subs. The article detailed how Chloe had tipped off authorities after he kicked her out 3 months prior, unable to cover rent. She moved back to Colorado broke, but did the right thing, the reporter quoted a neighbor. Chloe's name was redacted, but the details matched: the sudden eviction, her return with nothing but a suitcase. I closed the tab, no satisfaction, just closure. Karma had audited him harder than I ever could. Klein's final update came the next morning. All loose ends tied. Laura settled for $10,000 lump sum, no further claims. Chloe's debts are hers. Any contact attempts logged as harassment. She'd taken a retail job in Aurora, scraping by on commissions. No more pleas. Silence spoke volumes. I forwarded the article to him anyway. Evidence of patterns, in case. Then, deleted the thread. No victory lap needed. Actions had rippled out. Consequences landing where they belonged. Back in Seattle, the firm hit another milestone. Sarah proposed we open a Boise satellite office. "Leverage your family ties," she said over a strategy call. Alex's construction network could feed us infrastructure audits. I agreed, sketching the plan. It meant more time split between coasts, but that suited me. Grandpa by weekends, partner by weekdays. Emma's second birthday loomed. I'd handle the cake run this time. The ultimate full circle hit during a routine flight to Boise. Turbulence bumped us mid-descent. I gripped the armrest, mind wandering to that Seattle-Tacoma line a year ago. Chloe counting coins, eyes pleading. Wondered if she'd learned, or if cycles repeated. But as wheels touched down, a text from Alex lit the screen. "Maya's pregnant again. Boy this time. Landing gear ready?" I replied, "Wheels down. On my way." Stepping off the plane, crisp Idaho air hit my face. No looking back. I'd burned the old bridges not in rage, but release. Now, I built new ones, with equity, presence, and blood that chose to stay. Family wasn't obligation or extraction. It was mutual investment, repaid in time and trust. Laura and Chloe had cashed out their shares. Richard's account was overdrawn by the courts. Me? Portfolio growing, legacy starting fresh. As I drove from the airport, Emma's latest photo pinged in, her waving a toy hammer, Alex's build in the background. I smiled, accelerating toward it. The ATM was retired. The architect was just getting started.